Hi and welcome to Mong's workshop. In this episode we're gonna make a box for the Nordic Dagger. Now, in the previous episode I've shown you how to make this, and in this episode I'm gonna show you how to make the box for it. I always like to make a box for it so it has a place on the shelf. So yeah, and as you can see, this fits perfectly within it. There we go. Let's get started. Now, to make the box, I've bought some material from the hardware store. Just some wood shelf panels, I think they are. And I've measured out the size of the blade. I just put it down and figured out how much room it will have to be, and then just traced it around. I made a measure of the width of this material so I can place it exactly to the corners, and now we're gonna cut it out. Yeah. Now, we've cut out the pieces, and now we're gonna put these walls on sides like this, and this, and this. There we go. So what we're gonna do is use some wood glue. Before you start painting, just make sure that your lid is correctly cut. Now we see we got a little bit of overhang here, so we're gonna remove that. Just place that so it fits on all sides. And then just mark out the pieces that you're going to cut. There we go. Take a sharp pencil and trace that around there and up there. Now we have a guiding line for what we're going to cut. And now we've finished the box. The glue has set, and I've sanded down the edges with first some rough sandpaper, then some fine sandpaper. Now we're gonna do the interior, or the padding. This is just some packing plastic that I got from work, and cut it out to shape and slide it down. Now this is the bottom layer. I'm gonna have one layer on top of that, and in that I'm gonna cut out the shape of the blade so it lies perfectly in the middle. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Yeah, that's just about correct. Now, select the least damaged piece. I've used this for welding, so this is burn marks basically. So yeah, this is gonna be the bottom because of the holes, and this is gonna be the top layer. Now, I'm going to draw out the general shape where I want it. I think about there. And then just trace around it. Make sure that you don't get the marker on the blade, because that would be so sad. And make sure there's a little bit of space between the blade and the line, because we're gonna cover this with some felt, so that builds just a little bit. So just make sure you have room for that. There we go. Now just cut that out. And there we go. Rip that out. And of course, make sure that blade fits snugly into that. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Awesome. Next step is place this. Now, decision time. Am I gonna paint it first? Yes, I'm gonna paint it first. I'm gonna paint it first and then put on the layers. So yeah, let's do that. Now I'm gonna do it in black paint. This is just some regular indoors paint, I think. Yeah, lady. Indoor finish. Basically just the cheapest paint I got my hands on. And I'm gonna do this over there. Now, while the box is drying from the paint, I'm going to prep this. So what I've done is cut out a piece of felt, and what I'm going to do is glue this on. Yeah. So first of all, apply the glue to the dirtiest side of this felt. It's going to be this one, I think. Yeah. And then wait. So when the glue is almost dry, we're gonna place this in the middle and press it down. There we go, and just now, of course, I've forgot about the edges, so I'm gonna do them now. Just cut out squares on the edge, so when you wrap it around the plastic, it won't crease. There we go. Now we got that. Now for the lid, I'm going to put the Skyrim logo on top in silver. Because I think that looks awesome. So what I did was hook up my extra monitor to the PC and found the photo of the logo. So what I'm gonna do now is measure the lid to see how big the logo is gonna be. So let's see. Yeah, the box is about 18 centimeters. So the logo, I think the logo should be 1 centimeter from both sides, and of course straight in the middle. So let's see, this is 15 centimeters. That's exactly what I need. So what I'm going to do now is trace that onto some paper, like so. Just make sure the paper is stable. I'm going to use some duct tape. Now, if you're doing this on your computer screen, don't use duct tape, because sometimes you can't get it off again. But this is just a spare monitor, so I don't really care. Let's see. Then turn out the lights. Fuck you, antivirus. Yeah, there we go. And just get to tracing. And there we go. Then turn the lights back on to check if it's accurate, and yeah, it is. So yeah. Now heat up some thermoplastic, and we're gonna roll that into a sheet and cut this out and just glue it on or heat it on. Let's get it on. And now we're gonna cut that out. So there we go, the symbol of Skyrim. So I'm gonna place that on the lid, warm it up, and paint over it with some silver paint. There we go. And that's the final result. Yeah. When the paint is dry, we're gonna start putting in these. Yeah. So we're gonna get out the spray glue again, And just gonna coat the inside with spare glue. So, now the glue has dried, and there we have it. The box for the Nordic Dagger. Now, all we need is a lid. Now, the lid is ready. You can see it turned out pretty fine. Not that as smooth as I thought, but yeah, that works. So, now what we're gonna do now is fasten it to the box. On the back, I'm gonna use some basic brass hinges with some brass screws. And on the front, I thought maybe use some magnets. So I don't have a latch on the front because I think that will look pretty ugly. Now, when you've screwed the hinges on, you're basically done. Just go over and check that it doesn't have any white markings on it. And if it does, just I went over it with a magic marker just to touch up the places that didn't have enough paint on it. And if you see now, the Nordic Dagger will be perfectly placed within. There we go! And then you have an awesome box for your Nordic Dagger from Skyrim. So, if you like this, share, like, and subscribe.